Welcome to the Bettendorf Public Library's Take Home Workshop. Today we're going to be making birdseed cakes as a way to help out our feathered friends as we're heading into the cold of winter. Let's take a look at what's in your kit. First thing you're going to find is a bag of birdseed. This is 2 cups of birdseed. You're going to find a small container, and this it contains unflavored gelatin. This is the same amount that you would find in an envelope. So if you're buying unflavored gelatin in the store, it comes usually in a box with 4 envelopes, about 2.5 teaspoons, 9 grams. That's what we've got in there. You have a length of string, and then you also have some plastic straws. We also give you an aluminum muffin tin. What we're asking you to supply is a mixing bowl and a way to mix. We're asking you to supply a pair of scissors as well as measuring utensils and water. So all things that you have available probably in your kitchen. And the nice thing about this is everything in this, there is nothing that is toxic. So you can use a mixing bowl and measuring cups that you use to fix your dinner and wash them out when you're done and you're fine. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our gelatin and put it in our mixing bowl. And we're going to add 2 tablespoons of cold water. And I've pre-measured my water. I'm just going to pour that in there and give it a little stir. We want this gelatin to dissolve. And it might take a bit. Work it through, get the lumps out, and let it sit for just a second. We call that letting it bloom. So once all my lumps are out, I'm going to just let that sit while I boil some water. We're going to add some boiling water next. So I'm going to go boil some water and I'll be right back. My water is boiling now, so I'm going to add 1/3 cup of boiling water to the gelatin. And again, give it a good stir. You'll see since you let it sit there, it's kind of thickened up, but the hot water should loosen it up again. Now I'm going to add my birdseed. And this is 2 cups of birdseed. We're going to add the whole thing. And stir really well. Okay, I'm going to set that aside and let it sit for just a second. And we're going to cut our straws. The straws are used so that we have a way to pass a string through our cake. And I'm going to cut them about 2.5 inches. That's a good size to lay across the width of our muffin cups. Once we have our straws ready to go, we can start packing our muffin tin. So now that we have our birdseed mixture all mixed up with our gelatin, we're going to put a little bit in each container. We're going to tamp it down, and we want them to be about halfway full. We're going to take a section of our straw and lay it in there, and if it's too long, like mine is, just trim it off a little bit more and push it down. You want it to be able to go all the way from one side to the other. So I'm just going to push it down until the width of the muffin cup stops it. And then I'm going to take some more birdseed and put it on top. I'm going to pack it down nice and firmly. And that's my first one. I'm going to do that with these other 5. You don't have to use a muffin tin to mold your birdseed cakes. You can use cookie cutters, so put your cookie cutters like on a cookie sheet or something like that, and you can pack them in that way and have different shapes. And again, since it's all edible material, not that we would want to eat birdseed, but it wouldn't hurt us, I don't think. You can use the cookie cutters that you use to actually make cookies. So, but I'm going to finish up with these, and then when done, this will go into the fridge to set, and we will let it set overnight for that gelatin to cool all the way down and everything to adhere together. I have one here that I did a few days ago. It's been out of the fridge for several days, but it spent the night. After I originally packed these, it spent the night in the fridge. And you can just kind of bend the bottom and these cakes will pop right out. And you can see, hopefully, right there is my straw. So there's a tube that goes through each one of these cakes. So now to prepare them to put out for the birds, I'm going to take my cord and I'm going to put a knot in the end. Now this knot is going to be smaller than the straw that we have, so I'm going to knot it a whole bunch of times because the knot's going to be what keeps it from falling off. And just keep knotting one on top of it, each knot going on top of the knots before it. Once that's big enough, then I'm going to take the other end, pop one of my cakes out here, find my straw, and just thread that through. And if you're not, see, my knot's not big enough, so it's actually pulling through, so I need to do a better job down here. That should do it. Let's try again. Slide that through. Beautiful. And so now that just hangs. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to move up a little bit and I'm going to do another knot. Now, do you have to hang your birdseed cakes? No. You can just set them out on a flat surface. You can prop them up in the branches of a tree. Anywhere that the birds can get to them, they're going to like them. For that matter, you don't really have to separate them on the string like this. You could just thread them on, boom, 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 one right after another. Okay, I think that knot will do it. I'm going to take another birdseed cake, I'm going to find our straw, and thread it on through. And then you have 2 birdseed cakes on a string, and we can go hang that up. Continue with your string, knotting and threading them as you see fit. And then you can put them out for the birds. So this time, I not only want to see your birdseed cakes, oh, it would be so great if you could send me a photo of a bird using your birdseed cakes. I think that would be lovely. Share your birdseed cakes with us on social media and your birds, and we'd like to thank the Bettendorf Public Library Foundation and Quad City Bank and Trust for sponsoring this take-home workshop.